The following is a Thorpe TV production brought to you in cooperation with Jack Thorfins. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Saturday Gunshot. That relaxing time way up north near the Canadian border where Mr. Holster talks about guns. Let's have a big round of applause. Here he is, Mr. Holster! Howdy, pards. Let's get the show started off right. Jack left me a little grapefruit juice in the refrigerator, so I decided that's what I'd have this morning. To the sunny slopes of long ago. That doesn't heat you up and cool you down all at the same time. This is what we're going to look at today, and I haven't even really taken a look at it. I checked it out on their website. This came from the crazy Scotsman, Winthrop holsters. And I've never had one of these before, so I thought we'd get it out, take a look at it. Their web address is right here on the top of the package. You can see that. I'll put it down below, a link down below to it. It says on here, made in the USA, Lakewood, Ohio. So this is kind of an interesting holster. It's basically a one-fits-all, and if I understand it correctly by the website, you can use it with either a semi-automatic or a revolver. Today what we're going to do is take a peek at it and see how, if this Glock 21 blue gun might possibly fit in it. I don't know, this may be too big for it. We may have to try a smaller semi-automatic or maybe a revolver, but I thought we'd try that because I could use this holster for that. So let's get this opened up and take a look at what we got here. Nice smelling leather. Usually you can tell, if the leather stinks, it's not vegetable tan leather. So numbers on this side, I'm going to call that as, I don't think so. I think this is, well, yeah, right-handed this, left-handed this way, right-handed this way, ambidextrous, and basically two pieces of leather cut with a nice little detailed edge, nicely stitched around and double stitched on the inside around the belt loop. Now on this, when I finally decide what gun I'm going to use, I'll probably get this a little damp and wet mold it to it. But let's see if this, out of curiosity, let's see if this even comes close to working with this. Well, yeah. I think it might be a little on the large size for it. It's really more of a medium-sized. It would work. It would work. I think a medium-sized one would work better in this. Let's get a medium-sized blue gun and see the difference. Okay. Got a Glock 23 or 19 here. We'll see. I'm calling it that way. There you go. That's a little better. A little better size, I say. But I did grab my SP-101 just out of curiosity to see what would happen if you wanted to set it up or something like that. And yeah, it's a little big. A little big. You're really little big for that, although it would work, because by the time you cinch it on the belt, that would probably, you could probably make that fly. Certainly the GP100 would work. It's more of a mid-size holster. Well, you see, and these are the things I'm going to mold it to one of the guns. I haven't decided which one, and give it a whirl. It kind of looks like a handy thing. And of course, Jeff Cooper used to carry one of those Yaki slide, really quite similar to this type of thing that he used to carry his Commander Colt in all the time. So, before I leave you this morning, I want to tell you this little story. Because the more I think about it, the more it cracks me up. Went down to get a cancer treatment. If you can call it down. Went to get a cancer treatment the other day, and in the town where I get these things, there's a Shields. I don't know if you're familiar with a Shields. It's a big sporting goods store. And I was there all day long doing all sorts of things, tests and this and that, and they're poking me. And at lunchtime, we had an hour and a half break, and my wife and I decided we'd go over to Shields so I could go look at the guns. They got a big gun area in Shields, gun store. So we go over there, and two things were funny. Number one, there's one gun I've looked for a long time, and really the only way you're ever going to get it is to order it. And that is a Smith & Wesson 640-1 in 357 Magnum, a Pro Shop Series 1 that has tritium night sights installed on it. And I've always wanted one of those since they started making them. Since I saw it and they were making it, I've always wanted one of those for quite a while. I've wanted one of those because to me that would be the ultimate backup firearm in an ankle holster. A little J-frame with tritium night sights and then a 357 Magnum, not a 38. So I go in there. Another gun I've been really interested in because I carried a Beretta 92D Centurion for a long time. That was the gun, and I kind of wish I had a Beretta in my collection. So for quite a while I'd been looking at them and thinking about doing some trading to get one, and then it never happened. So, and of course, part of the thing is I get discouraged by the current model because I had a D, or double action only. One is the one I carried, so I really don't want the double action, single action with a decocker, you see. You can't go back. I'm trying to go back and you can't go back. But at any rate, I've been watching the Wilson Combat makes a very nice Beretta, decked out with all the nice stuff, a decocker only setup, and they put all the nice things on it, and G10 grips, and really nice gun. And you see them on Gunbroker all the time for like $1,300. So at any rate, go in there, and of course both those guns are there. If I had money, I would never be able to find them anywhere. And of course, when I'm at the point where there's no way I'm buying firearms, it's quite the opposite. Yeah, of course, that's when you find them. And what really upset me is this Smith & Wesson was used and selling it was a pretty good price. And it was used and very clean. I don't think it was hardly ever fired. I think somebody bought it and had dreams to use it or something, and just when they went to a shooting range and shot it. This happens lots of times with guns like that. They weren't real experienced with revolvers and didn't have a lot of success the first time out of the shoot and just sat in the safe, and then they got rid of it. I'd be willing to bet because it looked brand new. It was quite upsetting. And I'm looking at this and I'm going, if I had money, they wouldn't be here. And right then, I learned a valuable lesson the other day. I found the perfect way. If you ever go into a gun shop and the salesman just won't let you look, they're just hounding you. Well, when I first went in there, a fella came out and he said, "Hi there, what are you up to today?" And I said, "Well," Actually, I'm up to getting a chemo treatment for my cancer. And he said, oh, and he just disappeared, never came back and talked to me. I tell you, it's just, yeah, that just cracked me up. Usually I go in there and there's, everybody's on me constantly trying to sell me something. And all I had to do is say that to the first salesman that came up, and I was like I was the plague, like a leper. Nobody came near me the rest of the time or even talked to me. So there you go. I thought that was funny. I also think it's funny that two guns that you'd really like to just walk into a gun shop and find, and I probably couldn't leave without buying them. Well, yeah, I can now. You don't find them when you have the money. It's just like everything else. Well, there you go. There's Saturday Gun Chat. And when I decide which gun I'm going to use this with, I think I'm going to mold this to the gun I'm going to use and use it a little on the range and do a video on it and tell you what I think about this. It looks like a nicely made product. It really does. And yeah, this is the problem. I got to decide which gun I want to use it with when you got a universal holster that'll fit a lot of guns. Yeah, I got to, yeah. So we'll find one and pick it out and give you a review on that holster. I thought I'd share it with you today. Nice looking, simple, clean design. Well, there you go, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for sending me the holster. There, Crazy Scotsman. Till next time, from Mr. Holster and Jack, which, yeah, Jack's not back from Ebomis yet. I bet he'll have stories to tell. From Mr. Holster and Jack, go out and stay safe.